Okay, to pick up where we left off, I didn't do the transformation, which is a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. Again, I'm just looking out in front at A term is the only transformation, and again, that is a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. Your x-intercepts is where it crosses the x-axis. This wasn't asked, but I'm going to go ahead and put it anyway. And what I would do is only for the cycle. So I would use 0, 0, and then this pi 0. I could use 2 pi, 3 pi, but I don't need to. Okay, I'm just usually doing that period that through that 2 pi. Oh, and therefore I do have 2 pi 0. So just doing the cycle. And then the max would be this point up here, which is pi over 2, pi over 2, 4. And then I also do a minimum value right here, and that is this point right there, which is 3 pi over 2, negative 4. Alright, and that would be everything or anything that you would be asked on graphing something like this. Alright, I am going to go ahead and flip it up, so please try number 2. Do the best you can. Take your time. Of course, if you don't get anything, check this answer and maybe go back. But I'm going to go ahead and show the answer for number 2 right now. Okay. Best of luck. Pause if you haven't already, if you need it. Okay. Here is the answer for number 2. Everything in relation with that. And I'm going to go ahead and go to concept 2, graphing a cosine function. Number 3, it says identify the amplitude and period of g of x equals 1/2 cosine 2 pi x. Then graph the function and describe the graph of g as a transformation of f of x equals cosine x, our parent function. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start with A. And that is right here, 1/2. And it's the absolute value of 1/2, which is just 1/2. I'm going to go to P, my period. And then again, that's 2 pi over B. Absolute value of B, which is 2 pi over, in this case, 2 pi. And that's 1. Okay, so now I'm going to my scale. And that is 4 over P. That's, I'm sorry, it's 1. I said P over 4. Sorry about that. And that's 1/4. And then I'm going to go to my range. And that's where I take this amplitude. So it's negative 1/2 is less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 1/2. So it's going to jump in between positive and negative 1/2. Alright, so now what I would do is I would go to my graph. I would graph this, so I'm going to make this and range positive negative 1/2, so and then so I'm going to start, my first point is 1/4. My second point is 2 times 1/4, which is 2/4, or 1/2. Then 3 times 1/4 is 3/4. Then 4 times 1/4 is 1. Which is my P right there. So that's what I'm looking for, right? And then I have 5/4. 5 times 1/4 for my fifth point. 6 times 1/4 is 3/2. And I think that's good. Maybe I'll just do negative 1/4 over here, so you can see that it does go on to the negative side. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead I like to do this again where it bounces in between my positive and negative 1/2. Should be bigger. Okay. You don't have to do that if you don't like that, but for me it helps. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and start. So when I graph this cosine, alright, I can start the same way, but there is a shortcut. So I can say y equals 1/2 cosine 2 pi x. And where x equals 0, I get y equals 1/2 cosine 2 pi times 0, which is y equals 1/2 cosine 0. What's cosine 0? Cosine is the x value, right? So cosine 0 is 1. Or you can even see 0, 1 right here, but 0, 1 right there. So now I have y equals 1/2 times 1. Y equals 1/2. Okay, so where is that? Well, at 0, 1/2, that's this point right here. Okay. So I'm already at my max value, right? So I can't even go up anymore. So I go to my next value, which is 1/2. Put my point there. Then, I'm sorry, 1/4. And then my next value at 1/2, which is my minimum value. Then back up to 1/3, and then to 1 right there. And is that my cycle? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So it goes here, back here. Put this one here, then I'll put this one here. Okay, so now I draw this line. Try to make it nice and curvy. Okay, and there's the graph. Looks like so. So this one, cosine starts on top, and if I have cosine that's a positive, right, it's going to start on top. If it was negative, then it would have started on the bottom, on that minimum value. Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and write our transformation. Here, that is a vertical shrink by 1/2, and this is a horizontal shrink by a factor of 1/2 pi. Okay, then I have my x-intercepts, and that's going to be 1/4, 0, and 3/4, 0, and that's it. And then I have my max value, and that's at 1/2. Sorry, that's 0, 1/2. And then my minimum value is 1/2, negative 1/2. So my max value is up here. My minimum value is right there, 1/2, negative 1/2. Alright, and there you go. There's number 3. We graphed a cosine function. Alright, I'm going to ask you to do the same. Flip the page. Try number 4. Pause now. Do the best you can. And here we go. Here it is. There's everything you need. And we are going to stop right here. And this is our first section for 4.1. 9.4 notes. I'm going to break it up into 2 sections. Our next section will deal with more transformations, shifting it right and left, up and down.